Hey y'all, EWD33 here. Coming off 38-21 Falcons. I gotta say, although we won the game, I was very, very disappointed with the second half. That was what I consider an ugly win. I mean, damn, I don't know. I mean, to let the Seahawks come back like that, we couldn't stop them in the second half. I don't know. Let's see. We scored 24 points in the first half. We had a great first half. I mean, everything seemed to be working. Defense was great, held them to 7 points. Offense, 24 points. I mean, that first half looked like we were going to blow them out. And then come second half, they fought right back and came back and had a nail. We had a nail biter there at the end. We won off of a missed 71-yard field goal, and our defense did play well that last little set where we held them to make the field goal from 61 yards. We stopped them. It was ugly. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad we won. A win is a win, and we'll take it. But I mean, damn, winning 28 to 30. I mean, 30 to 28 against the Seahawks. You could do better. Let's see. Matt Ryan was 28 for 42, 291 yards with a touchdown. Michael Turner was had 70 yards, I think, on 26 carries. 70 yards, 26 carries with 2 touchdowns. There's a lot of problems. Three big things I noticed we need to work on, and that is offensive line. I mean, you guys, you got to do something. You can't let all second half. Every time Michael Turner touched the ball, it was a loss or a gain of two. I mean, you guys got to defend him. You guys got to let him open up to make runs, and you didn't do that, and it was pathetic. It was absolutely awful. I mean, Jesus. Every time I mean, I don't know. It was bad. You guys got to work on that. Second is defensive line. For a team who has given up the most sacks on the season, for you guys to not even get a sack, let alone put any pressure on Tavares Jackson, is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, come on. Have the worst O line, statistically the worst O line, giving up 15 sacks going in this game, and for us to not even get one, come on, guys, come on, defensive line. I mean, that was ridiculous. That was, I mean, I don't. You guys gotta put pressure on the quarterback, especially it came to show during the second half when you guys just let them march down the field on us and score. What was it? 21 points in the second half. I mean, come on. You can't let. I mean, see, Tavares Jackson isn't that good of a quarterback, but when you don't put any pressure on a quarterback, he's gonna make you pay, regardless of who it is. I mean, shit, Ryan Leaf probably could have fucking done good in that game. And then third, Dante Robinson. You, my friend, are terrible. Okay? You are terrible. I mean, there's no other way to put it. They, I mean, every offense that comes to play the Atlanta Falcons will definitely, they don't even throw it to Brent Grimes' side. Because Brent Grimes makes plays. Like that awesome play in the end zone where he knocked that ball down. That's why they don't throw it to Brent Grimes. Dante Robinson, they threw it to your side on the end zone. The guy was wide open because you went and ran and committed to someone else, and they got the touchdown. He was wide open. If you had stuck with your man, there wouldn't even have been a play. I mean, you are terrible. You made one good play, and that is when they caught the ball and you hit the guy hard enough to knock it out of his arms. I mean, that's all. That was all. Other than that, you played atrocious. The defensive line, Dante Robinson, and the offensive line all played awful. And we still came out with the win. And that was because of Matt Ryan and Michael Turner when we needed him. And Michael Turner tried the best with what he had, but when you don't have any run blocking, you can't do anything. What was purely evident in the third and fourth quarter, when every time he touched the ball, he maybe got. I think the biggest run he had was like 6 yards. Every other run, he was probably averaging 2 yards a carry in the second half. I mean, there is a lot of problems that the Atlanta Falcons need to fix, especially if, like Peter King said, we're going to make it to the Super Bowl. There are way too many problems, especially because that wasn't even a good team. We beat a good team. It came down to the end. We should have had it won. We had it won in the first half, and then you guys come out and you play like shit. You play awful. And I mean, I'm sorry if I'm ranting on my own team, but I mean, even though we got the win, you guys got to step it up. You guys can't let this happen because teams like fucking Green Bay, who are playing next week, are not going to do this. They're going to tag us every single time. If we play like we did in the first quarter, we're fine. Granted, the Seahawks are not a very good team. But if we play like we do in the first half, we will have a shot. If we play like we do in the second half, we are not going to win that game next week against Green Bay. Because Green Bay is 4-0, and they blew out. I don't even know who they played, but Denver. They blew out Denver. I mean, you guys got to step it up. But on a better note, I mean, we won. Matt Ryan was impressive. Another close to 300-yard games with a touchdown. That's good. That's good. Michael Turner has 70 yards. 70 yards he had to work for because our offensive line was not giving him shit to work with. He made those plays on his own. 2 touchdowns for him. I mean, Julio Jones had a great game. Roddy White again with the dropped fucking passes. You guys, Roddy White, you have to stop dropping passes. You look like you did back in 06 and 07, where the ball would hit you straight in the chest and you would drop it. Exactly like this. And then that game against Tampa Bay, when you had that ball caught at the 5-yard line, you had a touchdown when we needed it, when it's 13-16, and you dropped it. You are playing like a rookie. Actually, never mind, because Julio Jones is playing better than you are. I mean, you gotta catch the ball. You're one of the best receivers in the league. Last year, you went to the Pro Bowl. You had one of the best receiving records in the league. I mean, you had like most receptions. I think you had pretty close to most yards. And I mean, come on. You can't drop balls right here. You can't do it. But hey, regardless, we still won. A win is a win is a win is a win, regardless of how shitty of a team it is. But you guys have to step it up because that was one of the weaker teams we played this season. We got who do we got? We got Green Bay. I know we got Detroit, who's off to a 4-0 start. We got the Saints twice, who are 3-1. We got the Texans, who just beat the Steelers today, Who else do we got? Jacksonville's not very good. We should beat Jacksonville. We should beat Indianapolis. We should beat both those teams. I know we're going to beat Tampa Bay again. We should have beat them the first time. We just played like shit. We should have Carolina twice. We should beat them. But, I mean, you guys got to step it up. I mean, I know we won today, but still, it was an ugly win. Especially to let them come back after having them down by that much. I mean, golly. And I mean, there's so many problems with the defense, with the secondary, and it's actually not all the secondary. It's pretty much solely Dante Robinson's what's wrong with our secondary. But our defensive line, even though Abraham didn't count for shit today. Neither did Ray Edwards. I mean, come on, guys. You didn't even put pressure on the damn quarterback. And their offensive line sucks. They've let 15 sacks, the most in the league so far. And they got nothing. We sacked them nothing. I don't even think we got a hurry up pass to Tavares Jackson. We didn't even rush him once. Except for that last play. That last play was the only time we rushed him. And their offensive line let fucking Michael Turner get fucking sacked for a goddamn loss every time. Even though they did do a good job, I will say, keeping pressure off of Matt Ryan. Thank God. I mean, he's taking so many fucking hits this season. It's ridiculous. Today, it was different. He was able to take his time, even though a couple times he made the play on himself, where they did crash in on us, and he was able to roll out and throw a fucking pass and make a completion. My hat goes off to Matt Ryan. I mean, shit, you got a terrible O-line, and you're still making plays. You're throwing for 300. I think you're averaging something like 250 yards a game. I mean, as much as I hate to say this, we do have a lot of problems. And it was clearly evident against the Seahawks, who are a terrible team. It was evident, very evident against them. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I am glad we got the win. We go to 2-2, and depending on if Tampa Bay loses or not, we'll either be tied for second or in third place. But I mean, there are big problems with our team, and I only say this because I mean it's the Seahawks. You know, we should have won that game. 35-10. We should have won it. Instead, we won it 30-28, and they missed a field goal at the end. Granted, we made a good defensive stop to keep them from being in field goal range, but still, I mean, 28 points to our 30 against the Seahawks. God. I mean, think about it. If we play like that against a team like Green Bay, or the Saints even, as much as I hate to say it, the Saints are looking pretty decent this year. We are not going to win those games. It's as simple as that. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if we do not step it up, it's going to be a long fucking season. That's all I got to say. I mean, shit, hopefully, And, alright, one more thing. Mike Mularkey, you are the most predictable offensive coordinator in the fucking league. I mean, everyone, even I was watching the game, the fucking commentators knew what you were running before you ran the play. They're like, oh, play action pass. There you go. No, play action fucking. I mean, Jesus. Everyone could see it coming. You might as well fucking be on the Seattle Seahawks line being like, hey guys, guess what? We're running fucking play action here. We're running a run play here. Fucking send all your men to blitz us. You are so fucking predictable, it's not even funny. And Brian Van Gorder, you're not doing very much of a good job either. 28 points. You let the Seahawks score 28 points. I mean, Jesus. Oh, jeez. Anyways, hey, we won. We won. Go Falcons. Thank God for Matt Ryan, Michael Turner.